Here's the English translation of the provided document, Rotero. Text. Have you ever looked into a dog's eyes and felt like it's judging you? Not with fear, not with love, but with a silent fury. Today, we'll uncover the story of one of the most loyal and also one of the most misunderstood dogs, the boxer. Behind its expressive gaze and vibrant energy lies a past marked by glory and betrayal. But what happened to make this dog, who would give its life for you, harbor such deep-seated grudges? Get ready. This isn't just the story of a breed. It's a tale of a disappointment that barks softly, but bites deeply. Before we dive into the secrets of this grudge, we need to understand who the boxer is: body, soul, and temperament. Originating in Germany, the boxer is a medium to large dog, muscular, agile, and with an unmistakable face, short muzzle, strong jaw, and eyes that speak. It can live 10 to 12 years, weigh up to 30 kilograms, and needs daily exercise. To maintain physical and mental balance, extremely loyal, intelligent, and with a sharp protective instinct, the boxer is the one who watches and never forgets. But to understand why it seems to carry so much anger, we need to go back in time. To grasp what goes on in the mind of a boxer that seems to carry a silent grudge, we must travel to the heart of 19th century Europe, specifically Germany. It was there that this breed was born, a direct descendant of the extinct bull and bicer, a robust dog used to hunt boars and bulls. Its name literally means bullbiter. It wasn't just a hunter, it was a warrior. It had to be agile, strong, and above all, obedient. But when times changed and hunting large animals was banned, the bull and bicer lost its purpose and nearly vanished. That's when German breeders began crossing it with the English bulldog, seeking a dog that retained its athletic build but had a more sociable temperament. The result was the boxer, named, some theories suggest, for its habit of boxing with its front paws during play or even confrontations. But perhaps the name also carries something more symbolic. The boxer always seems ready for a fight, internal or external, from the start. It was shaped to serve, first as a guard dog, then as a war dog assisting soldiers during the First and Second World Wars. It was a messenger, a carrier, a sentinel, and sometimes the only companion on the battlefield. The breed learned to obey without hesitation. It learned to trust, but the price of loyalty, when broken, is resentment. After the wars, the boxer was embraced as a family dog. Its protective appearance and reputation as an energetic nanny made it popular in the post-war era. Especially in the United States, it seemed like it had finally found a home, a new purpose. But this transition wasn't always kind. Some owners saw the boxer merely as a symbol of strength and ascetics, forgetting its emotional roots. In history of rigid discipline, deprived of mental challenges or space to run, the boxer, once trained to survive amidst violence, began to accumulate frustrations. Anxiety emerged, boredom, and with it, anger. Not violent anger, but that silent kind, manifesting in long stares, destruction when left alone, or a deep bark that echoes more profoundly than it should. It's as if something inside it says, I was bred to serve, and now I'm ignored. What seems like rebellious behavior might actually be a muffled cry for attention, purpose, and respect. Because when a dog is born with an instinct to protect and fight, the absence of a clear mission can hurt more than any physical scar. And perhaps that's what many owners still haven't understood. Because before judging it, you need to know the day the boxer took to the streets and the screens. If there was a moment when the boxer truly shone under the spotlight, it began in the 1940s and 1950s, a time when the world was searching for symbols of hope, bravery, and renewal. Veterans returning from the wars didn't just bring scars, they brought companions. Many of these soldiers came home with their faithful boxers by their side, sparking the curiosity of American and European families. That's when the boxer ceased to be just a military dog. It became a celebrity. Television loved it. Commercials, movies, and magazines showcased it as the ideal dog, strong, elegant, and playful. A fascinating contrast between its robust appearance and clownish behavior. This duality captivated audiences. It was the kind of dog that could guard the house at night and the next day make children burst into laughter with its exaggerated expressions and goofy way of running. Celebrities began adopting boxers. Marlon Brando had one, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, too. Even the world of music and fashion fell for the breed, portraying the boxer as an icon of style, strength, and loyalty. But fame comes at a cost. As demand grew, rush breeders began selecting puppies solely for appearance, ignoring temperament and emotional health. What was once a symbol of balance and courage was mass-produced to meet commercial demand, and the boxer felt it. Today, when it stares at you in silence or destroys your favorite cushion while you're away, perhaps it's asking, am I just another ornament in your life? Fame shaped it, sold it, displayed it. But few remember that behind that strong jaw lies a soul forged in the trenches, demanding something deeper than likes or photo ops. And if you still think the boxer is just a good-looking dog with boundless energy, wait until you discover the dark reason this breed nearly vanished forever. Spoiler, it wasn't its fault. Drop a like if you're enjoying this journey so far, and comment, have you ever had a boxer? Or know someone who did? Your story might appear in the next video. The rise was meteoric, but the higher you climb, the harder you fall. From the 1970s to the 1980s, the boxer was no longer the revered war hero. Its image was tarnished, excessive, poorly planned. Breeding driven by a market that treated dogs as commodities resulted in a generation of unbalanced boxers, anxious, overly aggressive, or excessively timid puppies. What was once a reliable dog began to be portrayed as unpredictable, specialized. Magazines started questioning whether the boxer was still a good choice for families. Veterinarians reported an increase in cases of severe genetic diseases. Responsible breeders were outraged at the direction things had taken, but the damage was done. In some European countries, there were public campaigns suggesting restrictions on breeding the breed, not because of its essence, but due to human irresponsibility. The harshest criticism came from the very market that once exalted the boxer. The pet industry itself, pet shops, and adoption programs began favoring calmer, better-behaved breeds like the Golden Retriever or Labrador. The boxer lost ground, lost prestige, and nearly lost its continuity. Those were dark years for the breed. But it's curious how a dog that survived to world wars was almost defeated by emotional abandonment. It didn't understand what happened. It was taken off the shelves, out of homes, out of memories, silently. The boxer became a problematic breed in the eyes of society. But all it wanted and still wants was what was promised long ago, loyalty in exchange for love. Today, when it looks at its owner with that mix of curiosity and suspicion, perhaps the boxer is asking, will you abandon me too when I'm no longer what you expect? But hold on, this story still has twists. Next, we'll talk about the special care this breed requires and the diseases science is still trying to understand. Don't go anywhere, and if you haven't liked yet, now's the time. It helps the channel keep bringing these incredible stories behind that strong, muscular appearance. The boxer hides a vulnerable side. Its athletic body deceives. It seems tough, but its health demands constant attention. Many owners learn this late when the dog is already suffering, and the cost of treatment becomes both emotional and financial. The boxer is one of the breeds most predisposed to cancer, especially lymphomas and skin tumors. Science is still studying the exact causes, but it's known that factors like diet, sun exposure, and heredity play a significant role. There's also an invisible enemy that accompanies it from its earliest months, rhythmogenic right ventricular cardiomyopathy, a silent heart condition that may show no signs until it's too late. A heart that beats for you, but might fail without warning. Breathing is another delicate issue. The short muzzle, a result of breeding to maintain the breeds standard, comes at a cost. The boxer struggles in heat. Excessive exercise on hot days can lead to heat exhaustion or even death. And as if that weren't enough, joint issues like hip dysplasia and early arthritis are also common. Imagine an athlete whose body can no longer keep up with its playful soul. But perhaps what hurts the boxer most isn't physical. This is a breed that feels abandonment intensely. It needs companionship, attention, routine. A boxer left alone for long periods gets sick emotionally. Separation anxiety can lead to destructive behaviors and even canine depression. Yes, it feels your absence and suffers in silence. But don't be fooled. With the right care, regular checkups, and above all, presence and affection, a boxer can live happily for 10 to 12 years, intense years, loyal years. The question is, are you prepared to give it everything it needs? Or will you just admire its beauty while ignoring its pain? Now, we'll dive into the latest scientific discoveries and the mystery still surrounding this breed. Have you ever wondered why the boxer seems to understand what you're feeling? Before you even say a word, get ready. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's the time, because here, every breed is a story and every mystery deserves to be revealed. As much as we advance in genetic research and canine behavior, the boxer continues to challenge science with unanswered questions. How can a dog show such emotional sensitivity? Why does it seem to feel what its owner is going through? Even in silence, animal behavior experts have tried to explain it. The boxer has a remarkable ability to read body language and facial expressions. Its large eyes, its attentive demeanor. But there's something more. It anticipates reactions. It responds to feelings. Recent studies in animal cognition suggest the boxer may be among the breeds with the highest canine emotional intelligence. It recognizes stress patterns in humans, can identify sadness by the tone of voice, and responds to hormonal changes. Some say it absorbs the emotional climate of the household, which might explain why some boxers fall ill when their owners are depressed. But the enigmas go beyond emotions. In the boxer's biology, there are genetic codes that puzzle researchers. Why does this breed develop cancer at above average rates? Some believe this vulnerability is a consequence of artificial selection. In pursuit of the perfect appearance, athletic body, striking jaw, shortened muzzle, genetic diversity was lost. And when it comes to the boxer's heart, more questions arise. The arrhythmogenic cardiomyopathy that affects it so much is also studied in humans. Scientists are using the boxer as a model to understand heart conditions that still kill thousands of people. And its suffering, it may help save lives. But perhaps the greatest mystery of the boxer is its loyalty. Even in the face of mistreatment, abandonment, or emotional neglect, it keeps waiting, believing, trying to please. Science can't fully explain this. What makes a being that suffers keep loving? This is where science meets its limits, because what the boxer feels might be closer to the soul. But if you think you know everything about this breed, get ready. In the next chapter, we'll show you 10 real reasons why someone might not like a boxer. Reasons many hide, but every responsible owner must face. Head dash on dot, and of course, if this content is surprising you, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment what shocked you the most so far. The best is yet to come. You might be cute, muscular, and have that heart-melting gaze, but not everyone is ready to live with a boxer. And believe it, there are good reasons why someone might not like you. Let's face these points honestly. 1. Endless energy. The boxer doesn't walk. It runs, jumps, spins, explodes. If you don't have time or energy to burn off that energy, it'll turn your couch into a battlefield, or worse, your favorite shoe into an interactive toy. 2. Stubborn as a mule. The boxer is intelligent, yes, but also stubborn, extremely stubborn. If it doesn't want to sit, it won't sit. If it doesn't want to come inside, it won't. It tests your limits constantly. Demanding patience and firm leadership. 3. Drool. Lots of drool. Get ready for cloths in the living room. The boxer drools a lot, especially when excited, tired, or hungry. Its kisses come with a wet signature, and your pillows will never be the same. For overly protective, yes, it loves its family, but that can become a problem. Boxers can become possessive, territorial, or even aggressive with strangers if not properly socialized. This requires training from PUPPYHOOD. 5. To sensitive, ironic, maybe. But the boxer is a dog that feels everything and suffers with everything. A harsher tone of voice can hurt it. It doesn't respond well to tough scolding. If you can't handle this emotional side, it shuts down or rebels. 6. Frequent health issues, cancer, dysplasia, heart disease, the list is concerning. Owning a boxer means taking on the emotional and financial cost of frequent vet visits. For many, that's a burden too. Heavy to bear. 7. Clingy. The boxer isn't an independent dog. It wants attention all the time. If you work away from home all day and want a dog that manages on its own, steer clear. Loneliness for a boxer is silent torture. 8. Loud and persistent barking. It doesn't bark for no reason, but when it does, the whole neighborhood hears it, and it persists, repeats, warns. A bored or insecure boxer can become a first-class NOISEMAKER. 9. Full of quirks. The boxer is full of tics, running in circles, sleeping in odd positions, growling playfully, burying toys in the couch. If you expect a well-mannered, methodical, calm dog, this isn't your match. 10. It gets too attached. This might be the most dangerous. The boxer gives itself fully, loves with everything it has, and when ignored, replaced, or rejected, it suffers like few others, and sometimes it holds a grudge. Yes, the boxer can hold a grudge. Perhaps that's why its gaze sometimes seems filled with contained sadness. It remembers, it feels, and if you hurt it, it may never trust the same way again. But is there still hope? Can the boxer, with all its flaws, forgive those who hurt it? In the next and final chapter, we'll face this dilemma head-on and, perhaps, discover that the boxer's love is even deeper than we imagine. Have you been through something like this with your dog? Comment below, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the most intense conclusion to the story. The sun was setting when he returned home. The same gate, the same smell in the air, but something had changed. The garden wasn't destroyed like before. The toys were in the same corner. Silence, a strange silence. As if the house were holding its breath, he entered slowly, keys jingling in his hand. And there it was, lying on the living room rug, the old boxer, the same strong gaze. But without its spark. It didn't run, it didn't bark, it didn't even lift its head. It just watched, as if saying, I remember. It was a reunion without celebration, no wagging tail, no immediate forgiveness. Because the boxer feels, and when it feels pain, it holds onto it, not out of vengeance. It doesn't bark out of hatred, it doesn't chew out of anger. It just tries to understand, tries to cope with the absence, the abandonment, the void left by someone who promised to be there. The owner knelt down, tried to pet its head. But the boxer stood up and walked away slowly, without aggression, just disappointed. That's when he understood it wasn't just a dog. It was a being that loved with everything it had and now, for the first time, had learned to doubt. Some dogs cry, others destroy. The boxer stays silent, and that silence hurt more than 1,000 barks. But is this the end? Maybe not. Maybe there's still time. Maybe, with patience, presence, and truth, that tail will wag again. Maybe the boxer's heart still beats with hope. But not today. Today. It needs space. Today. It needs to relearn trust, and as night falls and the stars light up outside, one question lingers in the air. Can all wounded love be healed? Or does the boxer, this dog of muscle, energy, and sensitive soul, now belong to the past? Do you still believe in forgiveness? Then drop a like, comment, I believe below, and share this story with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we'll reveal a breed that nearly sparked a war because of a genetic mistake. Yes, it's real. See you there.